New York Times bestselling author, physician, and fitness enthusiast Dr. Ian Smith believes everyone should be eating clean. Processed foods are cheap and ready to consume, but Dr. Ian wants us reaching for better choices. In his latest book, Clean and Lean, he gives us real food options powered with intermittent fasting for increased energy, quicker weight loss, and a new you.
Best-selling author Dr. Ian Smith joins us now. Great to have you with us with your new book, Clean and Lean.
Glad to be here.
You say that we have lost touch with real food. What do you mean by that?
Well, because manufacturers have put so many processed ingredients in our foods, things like food coloring, texturizers, things to keep foods shelf stable, which means they don't spoil as fast. So all these synthetic chemicals go into our foods, and it's so different than how God gave us food. God gave us food off of a tree, out of a ground, and walking in a pasture. And so I'm trying to, in this new book, get people to eat foods closer to how they were in their God-given state, and that has tremendous health implications for us.
So when we eat clean, what impact does that have on our bodies?
So it reduces the amount of inflammation in our bodies, which causes heart disease and other kinds of problems. It helps our hormones. Processed ingredients can disrupt our hormones in our system. It kind of clogs us up, so it frees us of that. Helps us lose weight. It clears our skin, helps us sleep better, and it makes us less sluggish. So many people say, I've been tired for so long. It's because these food ingredients are just really weighing us down.
In your new book, Clean and Lean, you give some guidelines on how we can eat this way. Share a little bit.
Sure. Well, one thing is, for example, go away from the white stuff and go to the brown stuff. So whole grains. Whole grains are important. So whole wheat or whole grains are important. You can have canned and frozen fruits and vegetables. Just make sure they're canned.
You actually list in the book 30 great things that we can
at
add
least
to our
30.
diet.
At least 30. And the idea, by the way, is about flexibility. So the program says you can be a vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, diabetic. You can make it work for you. I want to make it customizable.
So talk about intermittent fasting. It's kind of the latest, greatest, and people are somewhat confused, and you really outline it clearly in here. There are options.
Yes. Intermittent fasting simply means periods of eating with periods of fasting. It's not starvation. You don't do it for a long period of time. But basically, you choose how long you want to fast, 8 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours. And basically, during your fasting period is when you're not eating. But you can have coffee, you can have herbal tea, you can have water. And the beauty of that is intermittent fasting drives your body into your fat stores for energy. So it breaks down and burns your fat so your body can use it for energy. So you not only will lose weight, but you can actually lose belly fat and body fat.
Well, you give some options in here where you can start with a smaller amount of time
8 hours.
and then increase
to 12.
To 12, and that, I guess, would be
it depends on kind of what works for you. 8 hours is basically sleeping, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're already intermittent fasting.
We
should be sleeping 8 hours, most of us. But basically, the more aggressive you want to be would be the longer your fast, the more belly fat and other fat that you'll lose, and the more weight that you lose. But the idea is sustainability. Clean and Lean is about doing things not just for the short term, but for the long term, and that's why people like it so much.
Well, and that brings us to the issue of fitness. Can you lose weight with what you're talking about without having a fitness program?
I'm almost nervous to answer that question because the true answer is yes. So we have this Facebook group called Clean or Get Leaner, so people should join that group, Clean or Get Leaner. Many people have lost weight just by changing how they eat and doing the intermittent fasting. But those who maximize their results do the workouts. And the workouts, by the way, are not an hour long. They're 30 minutes, no gym required, no machines. You can do them right here in the studio, at home, in the hotel room, whatever. But the idea is, yes, if you want to maximize results, doing some movement, 30 minutes or less, 4 days a week, is going to make a big difference.
Our bodies are really made to do that. We're supposed to get up and move.
One of the greatest things a mechanic told me, that a sports car that sits in a garage and does not get driven is the worst thing for it. Because a sports car is built to be driven. It keeps it going. Same thing with our bodies. God gave us the greatest sports car ever, and when we're not moving, we're actually doing damage to it.
When the Bible says we're fearfully and wonderfully made, it means it.
beyond measure. I mean, there's no way to describe in human terms how unbelievable God made our bodies. It's just, we don't understand it.
What would you say is the biggest mistake most people make?
I think the biggest mistake most people make is that they become sedentary. I really do. I think that, and movement means walking, gardening.
It doesn't have to be a 5K run somewhere.
No, but just moving. And people become more sedentary. And as you become sedentary, your parts start breaking down. And I think that's one of our biggest problems. And I hope people will realize that movement does not mean you have to kill yourself as far as going to the gym and sweating for an hour. It's just getting your heart rate up a little bit.
Well, if you're wondering how to do it, the book is called Clean and Lean. It's so clear and concise. I mean, it helps you with your shopping, helps you with some ideas for your diet, and also the whole workout plan is in here. I mean, it's got the whole deal in it. Yeah, Clean and Lean by Dr. Ian Smith. And so get a copy for yourself and get healthy. Thanks, Ian. It's always great to see you.
Always good to see you.